coming into the sand of Lommel, Jeffrey Herlings has the points lead and what looks to be like a really good career revival. Not that he was bad at KTM, not that he's ever really been bad, but between the injury problems and just overall wear and tear. I mean, the last few years have not been exactly easy for him, but this move to Honda looks incredible. And you gotta say, for the first year on the bike, this is great. I mean, you spent your whole, or he, sorry, has spent his whole career on the KTM. Austrian brand, different frame, just everything about that is different. Many, many years there. Switching over to Honda this year, the Japanese brand, different frames, just different team, different people around him, and this move looks incredible, at least at the moment. Now, as of right now, before this weekend, he is first in the overall standings at 615 points, with Lucas Kunin being second at 566, Roman Febvre in third at 541, and Tim Geiser down in fourth at 489. So he has what you would assume, or what you could say, is a really solid points lead at the moment. And with the recent injury problems to not only Sasha but also Lucas Kunin, it looks to be a really good run at the moment. I mean, coming into Lommel, which is basically a home race for him, it's going to be interesting to see how he can do. Like, obviously, this is a very hard track. And at the beginning of the time with Honda, he apparently was not happy with that bike in the sand. But lots of testing, changes to the machine, and apparently he's feeling good with it now. Now, we do have a quote from him from a Honda press release saying, quote, "Lommel is kind of a home GP for me, so it's good to be heading there. I've obviously had a lot of good times there with a lot of victories, so I'm going to be working hard to add 2026 to the list. We've done a lot of testing in the sand since the beginning of the year because I think I've mentioned that was where improvements needed to be made. Now it's the time to go out there and show what we've done and try and make it 3 wins in a row." Now again, this is really good for him. You gotta say it's a little lucky too with Lucas being injured or having the problems that he is, right? This is the perfect time where if you're catching your stride and your closest competition is going the opposite direction, this is a really good thing for Herlings and the team and just everything looking like this was a smart decision for both sides this year. Now, obviously, there's still a few rounds to go. We have this weekend with the MXGP of Flanders or Belgium at Lommel. You have the GP of Sweden, then Netherlands, Turkey, China, and Australia finally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's still 6 rounds to go. So you're talking 12 races. You're talking all the practice time and everything up until the end of the season. Nothing is really set in stone, right? But you have to say he's catching his stride at the right time. If he can make 3 wins in a row where his nearest competition is just hoping to make the weekend, this is incredible. And if you're Honda, and especially if you're him, like, this is really good news. Like, this is making the move to Honda look smart. I don't know how you want to say it, right? For the team, it looks good for making the decision to sign him. For him, it looks good to have changed teams and still be competitive. Like, this isn't exactly the easiest move in the world from a team you've been on for forever, a brand you've been with for forever, and to switch complete, continents on which bike you're riding, and just, it's really looking good for him, right? I mean, this is a smart move for both of them at 31 years old. I mean, he's not exactly the oldest rider in the world, but again, he has had a lot of injury problems, and I mean, this is probably, I'm assuming, going to be one of, if not the last contract that he gets, right? Whether he stays with Honda, correct me if I'm wrong, this is a 2-year deal. I think that was what it was. But I mean, he was with Red Bull from 2010, Red Bull KTM, sorry, from 2010 to 2025, 15 years. That's a long time. And yes, he did very well with them. Like, that's not a dig at him or the amount of time he's been with, and now with the HRC Petronas team. It just looks really good. And I've always been a fan of Herlings. I would have loved if he had made the jump over here, done the Prado or the Kunins or the Vial thing many, many years before they would have. But if he could have come over here and raced against Prime Tomac and, for a full season, for a full series, it would have been incredible. Like, obviously, he did come over here and race. He does have one career AMA Pro Motocross Championship 450 win. Let's put it that. He doesn't have a championship. He has a 450 win. I have to say that full sentence. But, I mean, if he had come over here and raced Roxon and Tomac and Webb and all these guys in their prime, it would have been incredible. I think, at least for my fan perspective thing is, right? I still love to see him race over there. It's still really cool. It's just, it's not on my side of the pond, so little FOMO on that, but this is great. I'd love to see him win this title, just on the pure fact that it's again, proof that the decision for both sides was warranted and smart for him to make the change from what he's been with for so long. Because at that point, 15 years, you're 31 years old, unless KTM just really didn't want it anymore, he probably could have just raced with them until he retired and been, happy, and everyone could have had the fun whole career story, right? I was with one team my whole time. That never happens. I mean, how many people have you ever seen raced with one OEM for their whole career? It's not a thing, right? It's not like ball sports where people can do that kind of thing. But this is, I hopeful, at least from my side, biased as you want to call it, I hope he wins this title. And yes, you can put the little asterisk on it that it is lucky that, Kunin seems to be having injury problems now, and it's not the greatest thing in the world or competition wise for him at the moment. But what's the saying, to finish first you have to finish? I mean, it is what it is. He's first in the standings. He's got 7 season wins. Like, you have to put in the work and put in the time and not crash yourself, not create problems and, lose points in your own issues. But hopefully we have some good racing at least this weekend, see where it goes. But this is where I'm going to leave you guys. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Does he win the 450 title? Who do you think wins the 250 title over there? Are you interested in MXGP or just the American side of motocross? Whatever it is, comment down below. Tell me what you think. While you're down there, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Do all the fun things this platform allows you to do. It really does help me out, and I do appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.